Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Merry Christmas. I forgot that reference.
We can add that in.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas Eve,
Merry Christmas Eve.
Or Merry Christmas Eve if it's Christmas Eve when you're listening to this.
And happy day 1.5 of Hanukkah, I think. I don't know. I'm a bad Jew right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. L'chaim.
Happy holidays, season's greetings.
Merry Festivus. Yep. Okay, we're done with this. So, why don't we kick things off with something that, we interact with our Legends Only fans on the internet, and sometimes we get DMs with helpful tips about things that are happening in the world.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's truly been a week. Well, honestly, I feel like, 2019 just won't get off our necks here this past week.
No, she won't let up. That Rihanna reign and 2019?
Nope.
Just won't let up.
I mean, so many things happened this week. But I feel like one of the most hilarious things is we got a DM.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Breaking news. It was like just on Twitter this weekend.
Yeah.
A little crash on the seas. Not an episode of Below Deck, but could have been.
Yes, there was a incident, and no one was hurt. No one was killed at Stonewall or at sea.
Nobody was killed?
Just to clarify before we get into this, there was a DM. There was a Carnival cruise ship collision on Friday in Cozumel. The Carnival Glory hit the Carnival Legend. I can't even say it.
I mean, it literally just...
The Legend jumped out.
You can't make this shit.
No, you can't. Caused a lot of damage while docking. I think it was up to like 6 people were injured, but nobody was there wasn't any serious damage. But
Glory crashed into the Legend. It's basically me into your eardrums every week.
So, we just wanted to bring that news to your attention, and we're glad everyone's okay and that the Legend is still going strong. That Glory remains on iTunes and afloat.
Justice for Glory.
Justice for Glory. The impact, literally.
Literally the impact. Oh my God.
Wow.
Did you see the video though?
Of the crash?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so the video is the best part because there's someone from the like SS Carnival Oasis or something. It's like another ship that was across the way.
Yeah.
Filming the Glory crashing into the Legend. And the guy is screaming. He's like, oh my God, he's going to hit us. And you just hear someone go, why the fuck are you screaming? Can I just ask you, why the fuck are you screaming?
Get your videos. Hold on. I'm videoing. You want to put this on video? Why are you even yelling? Why the fuck are you even yelling?
Like they're fighting in the background while just this random person's filming. It's so good. He's
and
like,
a boat is crashing.
Can I ask you, why are you screaming? Is there a reason why you're screaming?
You need to calm down.
Literally, that's, I think, the funniest part of it. I mean, the headline is fantastic.
Really,
the video is really funny, too.
Check it out, yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of impact this week, Mariah went number 1.
All we wanted for Christmas is Mariah to get her number 1, and look at God.
And it happened.
Ask,
Trump
believe,
was impeached.
receive. Trump was impeached. Mariah goes number 1. I think we've been thrown into the alternate universe we were hoping.
You said it. You were like, Mariah going number 1 will put us back on track in the world.
I think we're on track now. We just need Lana to win the Album of the Year Grammy, and all of the boxes will be ticked.
Yeah. And then, Debbie Downer at the end of the week was my last day at Watch What Happens Live.
Right.
That also happened this week.
Bittersweet.
The universe is just shifting. It is bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
I waited till everyone left, and then I cried. So only like 2 people saw me. Well,
in the
3.
studio?
No.
Okay.
At my desk.
Oh, well.
Because I still had to, I had work to do.
I'm sure they've seen that before, so.
And so, no, I don't think so. And then I was sitting there and I just turned around and I was like that Tamara gif where she's like, I was like, I don't want to leave my desk.
Aw.
So yeah, like 3 people saw me cry, but it's fine.
That's fine. It was a long 4-year run.
Mm-hmm. And I posted that video of Mariah that I like resurfaced.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? I will say this. If I could have done that and not shaken to death, because you've seen me nervous. I shake a lot. I'm a shaker when I get nervous.
Yeah, he actually shakes and cries.
Yeah. If I can do that, I can do anything. So
that's honestly true.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to keep getting better.
Yeah. And
When
a
you
lot of you
become
were
Christina
asking.
Aguilera's assistant in 2020.
Right.
Oh, I forgot we're not spoiling what your job is yet.
Yeah, I loved you. You were like, oh, I'm going to become a full-time candle vlogger. Well, maybe.
Maybe. I guess we'll have to wait.
You'll have to wait and see.
Subscribe.
Yeah, I'm not revealing yet.
Not yet. We hate hype, so you'll
we
just have
hate
to wait
hype.
and see.
No, I like just it's not time yet.
No, it's not.
To reveal. I need to process. I need a break, and then, a little dramatic effect.
Right. That
It's
never hurt
fine.
anybody. I can't wait for the clock, the countdown timer you'll do for the job announcement.
Oh no, I'll do it on New Year's.
It'll be a montage of you instead of like just the Britney epic moments. It'll just be like you like looking at the camera in different angles.
I'll come up with something funny for it.
You will.
Anyway, speaking of Mariah,
back to legends.
yes. Oh, what are you saying?
Well, including present party. The legend we've been talking about literally every episode finally achieved her number one. I felt like, actually somebody said it on Twitter, this was like one of the rare moments where it felt like not the world, because not everybody cared, but it felt like there was such a joyous explosion of happiness for her from all circles of life that was just like, yay. Like, that's nice. And that never happens anymore. So it was like a briefly festive, joyous moment.
Because it's such a classic.
Such a classic.
Everyone knows it.
Everyone knows it. And to top it all off, a cherry on top, festive, frozen cherry on top, is a brand new spankin' video that she released at the stroke of midnight.
Yeah.
Friday. Yes. Joseph Kahn of Stronger Toxic Womanizer Perfume unedited version fame. Yes, this was the fan demanded Perfume uncut version, as we suspected. Mariah as a. Did you watch it?
Yeah. What do you mean? Did I watch it?
Well,
Of course I did.
Well,
That was totally uncalled for what she did. Like, to pay attention, like, who is she? Is she God? No. So don't ever tell me to pay attention.
I am paying attention.
Just it did just come out recently, so it went trending immediately on the trending page.
The impact.
The impact. She's in the shop window.
Yeah, the concept is kind of.
It's like Gap
I was like,
commercial
okay.
meets festive Gap commercial. I don't know.
Yeah, she just stands there, which is iconic.
But you know what?
Like,
during the dance sequences, we do get some shoulder and hip, which is more than a lot of the girls can do now.
fact. I think the end scene where it was like very grand with the golds and like the formations.
Yeah.
and
I
loved that.
That was very like synchronized swimmers and like old movies. It was very good.
Yes.
It did what it needed to do. I think having them babies, the twins in there, was like the perfect little personal touch. And they're like dabbing and doing their like TikTok moves, which is like, okay, children.
It has to be family friendly.
It does. It was cute. And I mean, the streams on that are going to be insane, and it'll just keep the song at number one probably, I think, next week.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. So we're
I
very
love a
happy
big
about
production.
that. Would love a big production.
Even though the concept was kind of like,
Yeah, I kind of wish she gave us a little story at the beginning, like how'd the girl get there? Like how I don't know.
Not to shade our legend, but like, did you see the part where she tried to wink?
Oh, yeah.
We stand.
We know that some queens don't like. There's a whole page dedicated to the fact that Rihanna can't wink, which is amazing. Maybe Mariah can't either. I don't know.
Well,
or they didn't get the right cut. Joseph Kahn is not good at selecting the final cut of videos sometimes.
That's true.
Or he's not allowed to. So you're right. There wasn't an exact wink.
But it's fine. I thought it was kind of endearing.
It was.
Something I can do that Mariah can't.
Right.
It makes me feel a little better about myself.
Also, was it like the same set as the Walker's Crisps commercial? Because it was
Probably.
similar. Yeah.
It was just like snow.
Who can tell? She's constantly in a winter wonderland for the past 3 months. But you know what? We support. And we got a gorgeous billboard spread from it.
We did.
They riffed off How the Grinch Stole Christmas, How Mariah Stole Christmas.
Yeah, that headline was a little weird.
Okay, thank you. Like,
I'm like, she didn't steal
right.
anything.
I don't know that
It should
I
have said
would
Slayed with like Soleil.
Exactly.
E-I, is it spelled E-I before E?
L-E-I.
Yeah, whatever. Sleigh, like as in like the
thing you
fucking
ride
seat.
in a one-horse open.
Yeah, that. It should have said how Mariah slayed Christmas.
Yeah, I don't really like the comparison to the Grinch. I don't feel that that's. But then somebody told me that the Grinch is beloved, and so that's okay. But
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. Anyway,
Christmas icons.
Christmas icons only, so it's fine. And I thought the shots were pretty great. I thought the
the
shoot was
ones on
amazing.
the Insider.
Yeah.
With the pink.
Oh yeah.
So good.
So this has truly been Mariah's winter. And I know they don't know each other, but I feel like J-Lo and Mariah, despite the one-sided feud, have both had the most incredible 2019s.
Yeah.
So I'm like pretty into that. They might not know each other's success, but they do know success for themselves.
Mariah went number one.
Mm-hmm.
Now J-Lo's going to do Super Bowl and get an Oscar.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. And both, well, J-Lo's 50. Mariah, Mariah does
Mariah's
not reveal
19.
her age. She's 19, so that's an amazing feat for a 19-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Never been done before.
Billie Eilish could not accomplish that at that age, so.
Now we just need them to collab in 2020, and that will truly be.
Because at this point, it's like, you're both, like, slaying so hard. Can we just, like. I appreciate the memes. Forever, they will live on, of the feud and Mariah texting during that performance. Oh
Yeah.
no, J-Lo was texting.
J-Lo was texting.
J-Lo
yeah.
was texting.
She was like, it was a long performance.
It was a long performance.
Which it was.
It was.
No, what would be so funny? I don't know if this would be funny, but I just thought of it. What if Mariah and J-Lo did a skit together where Mariah was a stripper and like Hustlers, but just stood there
Oh my God.
in like a gown and just
Yeah.
didn't move and just sang on the pole. And then J-Lo did a Christmas song.
Oh my God.
Like they
Dressed
swapped
as like
They
Jenny
swapped
from the Block.
places. Yeah.
Honestly, that would be amazing.
That's an
Mariah
SNL
would
skit. Do
Mariah
it.
would never agree to it.
Yeah, no.
probably. But that is genius, actually. That should be done.
Well, we've got 1 week left in the year. Someone get on it.
Somebody get on that. Yeah, I think that would be an amazing idea if they could bury the hatchet, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Maybe.
Did you get that?
No?
Okay, fake fan.
Maybe. Wait, say it again.
Maybe next year I'll give it to someone.
Oh, last
Wow.
Christmas?
Fake fan. Exposed live. I'm keeping that in the edit.
Of Wham? Of everyone who's covered that song in the past
No, Hillary
30
Duff.
I know, but so is everybody else in the world.
Oh. Oh, do they all say it in the song?
I'll give it to some.
No, maybe next year.
Oh.
Oh, whatever. I don't know. Who cares? Too many references to keep up with.
Too many references. So speaking of references, actually, this is a great segue that I just came up with.
Okay.
It's time to get a little more personal because
Yeah. Speaking of Mariah and references.
making references. T. Kyle, what
I got dragged.
You made an seemingly innocent reference on the internet.
It was completely innocent. I was so confused as to why my phone started blowing up. I was leaving the chiropractor and just
Your neck, your
unrelated.
back, you're getting dragged.
Yeah, literally. So I'd already had my neck cracked and then like leaving the chiropractor and I literally tweeted it was like me and then or like nobody and then it was like me all day today and it was Mariah just saying
Again, back to the Billboard Hot 100 #1 song, which you just performed, which is difficult to get. Not everybody has that. To their credit, to your credit, you did a great job. So keep on singing.
We reference that literally in every episode all the
every
time.
single episode. I'm probably going to say it 10 more times today.
The problem is, and I never even think about it being related to it, but it is a response to Nicki Minaj because they're
Right, 'cause
fighting
she's shading Nicki.
on the show. But I never, that is such like a non-event part of that quote to me. 'Cause
And it was
it's
so
like,
long ago.
Yeah, well, that too. But it's like, that doesn't really factor into the quote. It's just like,
No.
it's more like Mariah bragging about her success.
Right. It has now transcended beyond
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the actual context of the moment and is now a quote, which she said it again in an interview. Someone tweeted me a video and she's like, which is very difficult to do. Not everyone does that
Yep.
or something. She referenced herself. So that quote, facts are facts.
Right.
It is difficult to get. Not everyone has that. It's like with Britney where we say like cool, amazing,
Something more urban.
Right.
term of like all these quotes that have just,
The concept for the video circus is basically about, a circus.
we're not referencing the shade.
Right. It's
just
not that
become
deep. It's just not that deep.
Right. It's become a pop culture reference.
Right.
That is whatever.
Unfortunately.
So for me, I was like, oh my God, all day I'm just going to be like, let's talk about her number one song, which is difficult to get. Not everyone has that. So I just tweeted that.
Yep.
And somehow the Barbs, which are Nicki Minaj fans,
Yep.
found my tweet and I got fucking scalped for 24 hours nonstop. Like my phone was blowing up and I freaked out because I was like, oh my God, did Mariah retweet me? Because it was like literally like bleep, 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 bleep.
Not quite.
Nope. It was, I can't even say the words.
It was barb o'clock hour.
Not
Not since our little Britney moment.
This is worse.
This was worse.
This was way worse. And someone said, why are you worried about Nicki Minaj when you should be worried about aging like milk?
That's why I'm
And I said, you know what? She's got a point.
She's got a point.
That is tea, and I am very worried about that, actually.
I think what happened in my observation of it is it started out with a few misguided Nicki fans who thought this was an attack on Nicki.
No.
But then they found somehow one of
Yeah.
your tweets about Nicki. So then it really became about Nicki, but it never was. So this
Right.
is why it spiraled and why there's no nuance on Twitter.
No,
and
I
why
have
everything
tweets
is so
where I talk
stupid.
about standing like Va-Va-Voom,
Right.
and the whole second half.
Well, I was thinking of leaking a video of mine while you were going through this of me performing some mixtape Nicki songs in my college dorm to try and take the heat off of you. But then I thought I got to save that for my next
Oh, it was
cancellation.
fine. No, it was fine.
I've got that locked and loaded for when the next time I need to, pull the trigger.
I openly have stand. What's that album? Is it Pink Friday, Roman, Reloaded?
Reloaded.
The second half where she goes like full Jersey. Mm-hmm. Oh,
I mean,
don't even fucking get me started. It's so good.
I do stand Nicki. However, I could clearly see that was not intended to be a Nicki attack. But
No, I was like, no one's talking about you. Like, leave me alone.
Well,
no.
fans of artists who may or may not be retired have a lot of time on their hands.
That is true.
I guess maybe that's... I don't
What
know.
was another one that was really funny? I admittedly thought a lot of them were really funny. Someone was just like, aren't you 40? And I was like, no, bitch. I'm not even pushing 33 yet, first of all. And I am aging like milk. I get it. Let me live while I can. And then there was just like a ton of homophobic slurs, which wicked. Like the amount of homophobic comments. Like, it was so bad.
And it just, then you keep going back to like why it happened. And it's like, because you posted a very, very common Mariah line. It's just so insane.
Yeah.
But that's life on Twitter. You can instantly be dragged to the depths.
Well, it doesn't change the fact that she got another number one, which is difficult to get. Not everyone does that, including my fave, who I don't think ever... Well, no, she's had a couple.
She's had a couple, but,
Yeah.
I don't
But
know
not
that
in,
she'll
like, a
have one
decade.
in a 25-year span, unless My Only Wish becomes the new Christmas song in
No.
25 years. Like,
So, like...
no one else
whatever.
has that. But we stand Nicki. It had nothing to do with Nicki. That's
No.
like the thing.
Pink Friday, Roman Reloaded, deep dive coming soon.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, we should.
Automatic Whip It, Va-Va-Voom.
So good.
Oh, and then I did tweet back to one fan.
Oh, no.
And I thought it was kind of funny.
Oh, no.
So it was like, come to the mic, sir.
Oh,
Because
you
they were like
did.
dragging me. And I was like, comes to the mic. Justice for Fire Burns. And they were like, what? That's not even a good song. And I was like, what are you
That's your
talking about? It's not a
fave.
good song. Yes, it is. And isn't that your fave? And then someone also said, what song is that? I was like, okay, so you're not even a fan. So get out of my mentions. Whatever. At least it was me and not you, because you would have had a panic attack and like
That is
a meltdown.
absolutely true.
Legends
I would have
Only
been
be canceled. You wouldn't have shown up today.
I absolutely would not be here, not be present mentally. So that's good. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you were able to take that and endure and carry on.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care.
Speaking of dragging, you were far from the only one being dragged this week.
True.
Honestly, this has been a immense week of dragging. Up to the last minute, Jane Lynch just got dragged, but we'll get to that
Yeah,
later. I can't with that, but the biggest dragation has to be involving Taylor, but only peripherally. It is, of course, her movie Cats.
Yeah, which I have not seen yet.
Have not seen. I think I every episode I emphasize how much I don't care for musical theater, and yet
no.
musical theater keeps being forced into my life.
Yeah, nope. We've said what we had to say about that.
Also, I feel like a lot of theater fans say that Cats is already absurd. Like, you got to feel that Cats fantasy to begin with. They're already kind of scary in the play version from pictures I've seen. Nicole Scherzinger as Cats. I've seen plenty of those pictures. And then just flat out terrifying in CGI.
Yeah, like they're just CGI'd cats with tits.
Cats with tits and flat crotches. And it's just...
And tails.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
And, you know, at first, people were just negative, but then I think it became a competition for who could drag the best.
Right.
And the reviews are now just getting so creative with their draggery. I think it's at this point, it doesn't even... They're not even trying to be objective. They're just, like, having fun.
Right, like it's a joke now.
Rolling Stone gave it 0 stars, which I didn't even know you could do. And they called it, I think, the worst movie of the decade, which is difficult to get. Not everybody has that.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if that's even accurate at this point. Although everyone that I do know that has come out of it has been like, how was this made? So,
I mean, I don't know.
But all of that just makes me want to see it now.
Well,
like,
I'll wait till it comes out on DVD.
Yeah, I don't want to give it money, but like...
I'll have a couple spike seltzers and I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I think you need that to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
I have no context for any of it. Jennifer Hudson sounds great singing the song, though. I've heard her sing it a few times.
Mm-hmm. Did you just see the preview for the Aretha movie with her?
Yes.
Oh,
that was
she gonna get another Oscar?
I think she'll at least get a nomination.
Sounds amazing.
Sounds amazing.
And that trailer, the dramatic effect in it. Sorry, I just totally derailed our discussion.
We love a dramatic teaser.
Oh my god, the music editing in it.
Yeah,
so good.
Really good. Ugh. They're like still actively filming it. It's not even coming out until like July 2020. But this was a fun little wait for this movie
moment.
Mm-hmm.
While she's getting that Cats promo.
Exactly. You know, she's using Cats to promote Respect, Taylor's using it to promote Lover, and Jason Derulo's using it to promote his dick. It's just across the board great promo.
Is she the first Oscar award-winning cat with tits? Like, could you imagine if it was like, now presenting Oscar award-winning icon, singer, and cat with tits? Sorry, it's so stupid. I am not trying to disrespect Jennifer Hudson. She's the reason why I went to the American Idol tour the year that she was on. She's justice for Jennifer Hudson. She was scammed that season.
Absolutely.
She sang Circle of Life. It was fucking iconic, and she was eliminated, and it was bullshit.
It was.
So we stan.
We absolutely stan. And I think the world is not mad at any of the people in the movie either. I think they just think it's an absurd concept, an absurd execution.
Yeah.
And I've heard that Taylor, who was obviously the most hyped of the whole thing, has maybe the least amount of time on the screen even. So I don't know. You know, maybe we'll catch it on a flight or something in a year, and then we'll talk
on our way
about
to
it.
the experience. I'll be sitting there and I'll just be like, have you seen this shit?
Probably.
Justice for burlesque.
Honestly. Is this burlesque? I don't remember this scene.
Wow. All right. Enough about fucking cats.
Enough about cats, but we can't stop with the dragging because it kept on going to one of Taylor's BFFs, Miss Camilla.
Yeah.
Now, here's my thing. So Camilla, if you didn't hear the news and you weren't watching Wendy Williams, which would be a sin, she, I guess finally we could say, addressed screenshots from her Tumblr and DMs maybe of her saying racist slurs and racist things.
And reblogging things.
And
on
reblogging
Tumblr.
Things, probably from when she was 15 or something, I think they said.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
so 7-8 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my thing with it is we all knew about those screenshots throughout Fifth Harmony and after. That was not new. These things always existed as people had a bad feeling because of those screenshots. I remember.
Stans knew.
Yeah, Stans knew.
Stan culture knew.
And I guess it kind of blew up a little bit more when the album came out last Friday or whatever. But I just felt well, if you were going to address it, why during your album release was that going to help? Because clearly that backfired. But also, why do it as an IG story? That is so
Right, it's Notes app.
Notes app, temporary Notes app. And also, I think all the teens these days want a video apology, probably. If you're going to do the apology. But I'm almost we all knew this was, why now? During your release week? because I don't think that's going to help your sales. I know it's being dragged out into the public again, but like it kind of always was. Like
Right.
those screenshots always float around Twitter of just
Like, what was the catalyst for
I
her deciding to speak out about it?
don't know. I mean, I'm like torn. It's good that she addressed it, but the way she did it, nobody liked at all. And then Wendy just dragged her for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
So I have kind of two takes on this whole thing because I feel like everyone listening knows that I'm like, I tease and I like joke about Camilla and I'm like, what? So I am actually a very objective person. I feel like Brad can vouch for that. I try and be fair and like whatever. And I feel two ways about this. I like do think it's important to let people apologize and address things that they say and to grow and evolve and to own up to their mistakes and all of that, because we've all made mistakes. So, and like we've said before, there's no nuance on Twitter.
yeah.
You can't have like these deep, heavily layered conversations in tweets and in Instagram stories. So like on the flip side of that, then my other side of it is, okay, like you can't have that conversation on an Instagram story. Why did you do it on an Instagram story?
Right.
So I feel like I think it's important for us to have conversations and not just like write something off
Yeah.
and be like, you know, just completely dismissive of someone when they're like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
And I said these things and it was awful and I'm apologizing because I recognize it. But like,
Yeah.
I just don't know if there is a good outlet anymore to like what, you know what I'm saying? Does
Yeah.
that make sense? Like,
Totally. I think, you know, and I'm not the person that she's apologizing to, so it like doesn't
Right.
affect me. But like at the same time, we've seen this happen a lot with a lot of people in different ways, and they handle it in different ways. I think people were definitely turned off by the words that she used
yeah.
in the apology, not even the ones a decade ago, the ones in the apology, because I think she said something along the lines of like, I didn't really know about racism or something like that, which was like, I mean, I think Wendy dragged her for like what she said about that, because she was like, girl, you didn't know, like,
Right. What's also like, did that even come from her? Because it's
Yeah.
in an Instagram story, so it's text. We don't know.
right. So
If
there
it
was
was
an
written by, like,
attachment
a-
to it, and then it's
Yes.
temporary,
Yes.
which is why I think they were like, do this in a video. Some of the teens were like, do this in a video, because it is at least a little more heartfelt. And
Right. I mean, I do think you can read through a video someone's sincerity
yeah,
versus just text.
yeah, it wasn't like urgent in the way that, at least to me, that she needed to put something up immediately, because I have always seen those screenshots.
Yeah.
So I'm
same.
like, you didn't need to run to do a PR stunt real quick. Not stunt, but, you know, like PR damage control. So that's why I was like, you could have thought this through in a permanent post or a video or something.
An interview, like sat down with
Interview
someone.
that leads to like, you know, she's going to work with a foundation or something. I don't know. Like, it's just, you know, when celebrities apologize, the court of public opinion either accepts it or not. And I feel like overwhelmingly this did not go over well.
No.
So that's a little heavier, because it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if maybe like a bigger outlet picked up the old story or something, and they did feel like it was a PR panic, because otherwise stan culture knew forever.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it just crept its way somehow into mainstream.
Yeah.
I don't even know what broke it. Like,
Yeah.
where it came from.
I
like
don't
why
either.
it came up.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you know, I mean, stan culture kind of is always, well, not kind of is always ahead of the
Mainstream.
conversation, years ahead, well, months now ahead
Yeah,
of
yeah.
mainstream. So I don't know.
It's strange, but I don't think she's over. I think it was a misstep.
No, I don't think it's so weird because it's also like such a generational thing where like we grew up and we didn't have social media when we were teens. So it's like you have this whole new generation of young kids who are immature and young, and they're just like typing and Snapchatting and Instagramming, and it's like that phase of your life is such a mess.
Totally.
I'm not
not
condoning
excusing it.
No.
But-
Absolutely not. You trust me.
Yeah.
I'm not. But I'm also
I just feel bad for the kids, because I'm like,
Right.
you're going to fuck up. It might not be like this, but like people are going to make mistakes as a teen, which is not okay, but it's so much more public now, I feel like. I don't know. I feel sad that like a lot of teens just are growing up with like a very permanent capture of their lives at that time, I guess. I don't know. I'm definitely not making excuses. It's just like the culture is different. It's different now. Like you can be held accountable for things much more so now than you could when we were growing up.
Yeah, that's true. It's like having a record almost.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah, exactly. Like once we signed up for social media, we like handed over a lot of our privacy. The things you say are now will be held against
like
you.
our generation, it would be like a background check would show like parking tickets or like, if you got a ticket for like not wearing your seatbelt. This new generation growing up, it's like everything you said on Snapchat and Twitter and Tumblr and all that
In
stuff.
2015, you told Tinashe to die rat.
We have actually though,
yes, yeah.
I'm not trying to sound like I'm like excusing.
No.
Do I sound?
We're reflecting on what the culture is like now.
Right. I'm taking the conversation
obviously
bigger.
There's plenty of kids who went through their teens and did not say racist things. So that's like, it's not excusable, but at the same time, it's just like, wow.
But then there's also too, like I think about my own experience and like all the kids who said like horribly homophobic things to me.
Yeah, the swastikas in my school books and stuff. Like,
yeah, like these kids who like in person, like physically in school said to my face and their parents, like the homophobic things that I've heard from people's parents and their kids, and then they grow up and then they send me these DMs, like just completely paragraphs of apologies. And I accept that apologies. So it's also like, I don't know. I feel like there's room for people to be forgiven and to change and to be, if their behavior changes as an adult, then I do think it is a sign of change and growth.
And I think ultimately, like in this case, like the people who she offended, if they decide that that's an acceptable apology, then I guess that it's acceptable.
Yeah.
Because we're not the ones to decide it. It just seems like it was not accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was definitely a heavier drag of the week.
I feel like the lesson learned here in all of these things is that tweets and Instagram stories and like 140 characters is not the medium to be having these extremely layered, complex conversations.
Yeah.
Go to Oprah. Do you remember, did you ever watch Jerry Springer?
Of course.
Iconic. Do you remember when they would be on Jerry Springer and if they would be like fighting and stuff, people would cheer. And then if they got really serious, the soundboard would go off and it'd be like, go to Oprah, go to Oprah.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
that was like the big joke is like if they were having these super serious, like deep conversations and being like very thoughtful,
right,
they would just start cheering them off and just be like, go to Oprah.
Yeah.
I almost feel like that's kind of
Twitter.
where I feel about this is like, stop tweeting these vague 20-word sentences that can be taken in any context.
Right.
And be twisted into any context or be taken out of what you actually intended or meant.
Yeah.
I don't know. If does that make sense? I guess it's like...
It does.
It's like with politics and all of these big issues and all of these complex things, you can't fully express your thoughts in a tweet.
No.
The one thing I learned as an RA, and it kind of applies here, one of the things we would always tell people, like roommates and stuff, is you never write your roommate a note in like a physical note, a text message, a note. You don't do anything. If you need to have a conversation with them, you don't leave a note. Because the note allows the other person to read and interpret your intention however they're feeling. So if that person is angry, if that person's mad, they're going to read the context of your note in a very negative tone. Always just do it in person and have the conversation in person. Because context and tone are extremely important. And you don't have context and you don't have tone when you read a tweet or you read an Instagram story.
I mean, that's exactly what happened. Not to always bring it back to our dragging, but like you can't fully express what you're actually saying on Twitter, which is why it should be left to memes or funny reactions to things. It's hard to be taken seriously on there.
Yeah,
or
that's true.
Linking to actual substance, like essays and like actual and podcasts and things, because the debates always are tragic on Twitter.
Yeah, because everyone just wants the short little soundbite.
Yeah.
The one thing, I mean, we see it all the time with headlines, and headlines are misconstrued meaning of what someone actually says, or they conveniently leave out a sentence. Like, it's just,
And ultimately, the game is virtue signaling because you're always saying, this person is bad and I am good. Like, their opinion is bad.
Right.
And I am good.
Well, I mean, people have asked me, they're like, how do you go viral on Twitter? And I'm like, there's certain rules. It's you make people laugh, you make people cry, you use dogs, or you really fucking piss people off.
Yeah.
Those are the keys. That's the secret sauce to getting engagement online. So it's like articles and headlines and all this stuff. Like, they're trying to get the most sensationalized, short, sweet sentence to cover something.
As somebody who's made internet for a decade and played the page view game, drama, sex, scandal. That's what gets the clicks. Sometimes people are like, why don't you we'll cover charity events and things like that. Nobody cares. Nobody looks at it. It's so sad, but it's like they want the soundbite. They want the drama.
Right.
It's the Real Housewives of it all.
It's true.
So it's been a week of dragging in general. Obviously, there's been a dragging in the House of Representatives.
Yeah, I mean, I think to put a pin on all that, it's like, I feel like that gif of Karen Gravano from Mob Wives, where she's like, I don't like drama. It's like, I do, but it gets to a point where it's not, there's no solution. And I think that's what frustrates me, is like,
I think sometimes people don't actually want there to be
a solution. Yes.
Or want there to be growth or an evolution of a person.
Yes.
Like, I don't think they actually care if Camilla or Jeffree Star have learned from past transgressions. They just want to end them.
Yeah, exactly.
And that comes down to like celebrity and finding somebody annoying. So there's your in. It's like they did something fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
With like the Britney stuff too. It was like all these people that were coming for me and they're just like, you're fat, you're disgusting, your podcast sucks, like you need to cancel your podcast, no one cares, no one wants. And I'm like, okay, well, what's your actual point? Like, what's your solution here? Like, what are you trying to make me see and understand?
Right.
Or are
they
you
just wanted
trying
us
to insult,
to be ashamed. Right.
I'm like, are you just personally trying to insult me and my appearance, or are you genuinely concerned and trying to have a constructive conversation with the solution here?
Right.
Because that's what I like. I like to solve things, and happy to admit when I'm wrong,
Yeah.
But anyway,
everyone is imperfect, and everyone also sucks.
Surprise.
So this is why
Surprise,
I don't go
no
out,
one's
or
perfect.
this is why I don't like people. Anyway.
right?
Honestly.
That's why I play Minecraft.
Honestly. Just live in a virtual world.
Right?
Just
have my
get
little
dragged
farm,
my avatar.
and I just, they just did the update this week, so you can get bees, and I found a bee nest, and I was like, oh my god, they're so cute. Leave me alone.
That's all we need.
Literally dig a hole in the earth and just crawl in, put a door in, put some torches up, and call it a night. Leave me alone.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah. I just want to live by the ocean with some sea turtles and have fun, God damn it. And drink a spiced seltzer.
But in lighter hearted news, and we do go back to Wendy, because it always comes down to Wendy. As we've referenced a few times at this point.
She's got a point.
She's got a point. She's the moment. She's a legend. So many months ago, Wendy famously called Dua Lipa Dula Peep, and that went viral, especially among Dua's own fans. And now they all call her Dula Peep, as they should. I've
heard
iconic.
So many people who aren't even in stan culture call her Dula Peep.
Yes, it really it broke the mainstream. So finally, Jimmy Fallon had Dua on, and he asked her about it. And bless her soul, thank God she's got a good attitude about it.
Right?
She loves it too, or at least pretends to, because that's all you can do in this moment. And she laughs at it.
I feel like you have to love it.
You have to. I mean, it's funny.
Yeah. It's like going to Starbucks and having them write the wrong name on your cup. It's funny.
I mean, it's like when I was dragged as Moo-Moos, you just kind of just own it.
Well, you own that because I feel like I drilled it so much into your head that I didn't let you get over that.
All right, you know what? Well, it's very possible Dua had a similar situation where she had to be forced to love Dula Peep.
Yeah. Well, Moo-Moos is funny. Because it's also funny because there are people, who was it? One of my friends called you Moo-Moos, but they...
Unironically, I'm sure.
They genuinely thought that the M-U-U-M-U-S-E was Moos. So that's why it was funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, like, do it.
Or when someone calls me Tyler.
People call you Tyler?
Yeah, because the T Kyle. So they're just like, oh, Tyler. I'm like, what?
Oh,
Because I think
wow.
they see the T and the Y.
Well, that's less of a hilarious name, but
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Someone told me I look like Shane Dawson. That has nothing to do with names, but like, going back to when the Barbs dragged me, they were like, who is this like Walmart? What did they call me? A Walmart Shane Dawson? Or like
Wow.
something like that. And I was kind of like, oh, T.
well, you know what? They've got a point. She's
like-
a legend.
Oh, kind of.
I can't. And these are all like 14-year-olds. But anyway,
Yeah.
Dula Peep is truly Dula Peep now. We stand a self-aware queen. So good on her for soldiering through. And then she performed and she put on a great performance of Don't Start Now with like strings. A bop. Still a bop. And in other... Should we take it to music news now? in general?
Yeah, you know,
Just something more
some
current.
singers
Who sang. Well, my favorite singer of this year, Lana Del Rey, posted a little 2-minute video on her Instagram last week, making a very Lana Del Rey fashion understated announcement that she's dropping a spoken word album at the beginning of January.
Which, like, is she really?
I think she definitely is.
Like, of poetry?
Of poetry. She does have a poetry book that's been in the works for like 2 years. I assume it's the book, but if it's not, I guess it's just other things she's written. But she's been working on this book forever. So I'm assuming she's just putting it to audio. She announced that she wants to put it out at the beginning of January, that she wants it to be maybe just $1, and that half the proceeds are going to go to Native American foundations around the country, because she was doing a lot of digging into her ancestry. And then I guess somebody encouraged her to dig into the nation's ancestry, and she was feeling inspired by that. And I guess that's what she's writing a lot of the next album about. But she felt compelled to do something to help with Native American retaining rights and like things like that. So she's like working with her team to find organizations that she can donate these funds to.
Huh.
I just like Lana to me like symbolizes like the American dream of like that first album and all of the rich and excess of the glamour of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then as her album's gone on, she's sort of like documented the decline of the American dream, and
Yeah.
like it's gone into a very dark
The
place.
greatest.
Exactly.
song.
So it only feels right that this like symbol of Americana is like righting the wrongs of American history and being like, actually, Native Americans were totally fucked over, and like let's make sure that their rights are still intact. And like it's like very cool that it's Lana doing it, because
Yeah.
it's like you represented like the excess of America. It only makes sense that you're like, oh, we should definitely do. She said essentially like reparations.
Right. And using her craft and her gift
Yeah.
to, yeah.
I think it's very cool, and it all like connects into her whole narrative. So I'm down for that. And ultimately, I feel like it's just going to be a full album of vocals that Brazilian remixers are going to take and turn into a dance record.
Probably.
Like, so
honestly.
I do think like people will like do stuff with those vocals. I hope so anyway.
I mean, I personally, the Burnt Norton interlude
Oh, right.
is basically spoken word.
Yeah.
And is gorgeous. It's like one of my favorite tracks of hers.
And I think that's what
it's
it's
short.
ultimately going to be, is just meditations on things. If it's not the poetry, then I think it'll just be like her thoughts on things.
She could collab with Calm,
Oh my God. I
like
would love
Above and
that.
Beyond just did.
ASMR queen.
That
she could definitely.
the Above and Beyond album, I think it got nominated for. Did it get nominated for a Grammy? Let's check.
Okay.
It's called Flow State, and they collabed with the Calm app, which I use, and this is not sponsored. So don't think, oh my God, my phone froze.
Not yet.
Right. So don't think that I'm about to break into a segue about how you should buy Calm. No, it's not.
It was last year for Best Dance Recording Northern Soul.
Right.
Okay. Close enough. They've got 2 nominations. Not everyone has that.
Oh, that album was so good. That tour was so good. But anyway, what were we
Anyway,
saying? These like artists that are now doing like down tempo. Moby also did that.
The Hotel Ambient. Actually, he did 2. So he has a Hotel Ambient. As the ambient legend, I can speak to this. If you listen to my streams episode, he has a great one called Hotel Ambient that he did for hotels. The concept was basically for hotels. And then he did like, I think it's called LP1, like long play.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And that was with Calm, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Above and Beyond
It's on
did Flow
Spotify.
State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's a thing that the girls are doing. Well, they're not girls.
Right.
Those are men.
Right.
But like it's a thing that people are doing.
It's a thing that people are doing. And she said it's like kind of rough. So I don't know what she means by that, unless it's just like one take iPhone takes, which it very well could be for Lana.
Oh, like the Taylor Swift behind the scene of 1989, right?
Totally.
Oh, the Swiftie just jumped out a little
The
bit.
Swiftie
Sorry.
really jumped out. Wow. Not everybody knows that except for a Swiftie.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm excited for it because...
Know who should do that? Imogen Heap.
Oh,
Like
totally.
an ambient. Well, I mean, her stuff is kind
Oh
of...
my God.
But
yeah,
like
why
she
isn't
should
she like an
do-
ambient legend right now?
She should be.
She really should be.
She is a legend.
She
but like,
absolutely is a legend.
of all people who could do like a really beautiful organic, oh my God, Imogen Heap producing a Lana spoken word album.
I would die.
Could you imagine?
She's like using her gloves, those
Yes.
like musical gloves, and Lana's just like talking into an old time
Yes.
microphone. Oh, I love it.
How can we make that happen?
We'll just at both of them
At Imogen Heap,
on Twitter.
at Lana,
I'll be like, "Hey, sis, you're canceled. By the way, ambient album collab.
new album Bicked.
That's all we got to do."
Yeah. And then
I'm
she'll
down
write
for
back
that.
and be like, it's coming, you little bitch.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. So I'm not going to say like excited about it. It's just cool that she's putting it. She doesn't have to. She put out a record October. Like she doesn't have to do anything. But she's clearly
Well, no one has to do anything.
no one has to do anything. But she's dropping that. And I know she already mentioned casually in that she's already working on a new record inspired by her research into America. So she's just consistent.
Spoken word Grammy nomination 2020.
To be honest,
She could do it.
she absolutely could. So that's coming, you little bitch. And then, we've got a bunch of albums actually lined up for January, which we're gonna
One
wait and
step at a
see.
time.
One step
We gotta
at a
get
time.
through the holidays first, then the new year.
We do, and there's still, let me check my watch, 5 or 6 more days for Rihanna to drop an album. So you never know. You never know.
Has anyone ever done a Christmas Day drop?
No, I think they know better because I think no one would look. Even, I don't know if Beyonce too, but like, I just think nobody would look.
I don't know. Now you can just buy an album at the tip of your fingers.
I know. It's
But
like,
wait, that doesn't make...
well, you can stream it.
You can just click it.
You can just click.
That's what I meant. I don't know what I just said. I'll listen back and edit. That sounded like it came out fucking stupid. So my point was you can just click a button and buy an
Yeah.
album. So like if it happened, I feel like it could happen.
It could happen. I just think probably there isn't an advantage to doing it.
Well, movies come out on Christmas. Cats with Tits is
Cats.
coming out on Christmas.
Cats with Tits versus the final tits of Spice Wars.
Well, speaking of Spice Girls, do you see they keep posting about how, by the way, this is totally Mariah's impact. We talk about sayings becoming like transcending, like whatever. But the Spice Girls posted last week and they were like, who has 3 consecutive Christmas number ones? That's difficult to something. They literally, what was it? Maybe I'm just making that up, but at least that's how I read it.
You definitely read it in her voice, I'm sure.
So when all the barbs want to come for me, I'm like, shut the hell up. It's a pop culture reference. Okay, so it says Spice Girls. Guess who still hold the record for the most consecutive Christmas number ones from an artist of the UK? That has nothing. Just kidding. My point was just completely obliterated. My point was that they keep talking about how they have so many Christmas number ones.
And they do. Not everybody has them.
Difficult to do.
To become one. So I don't
18 number ones become 19.
think 18 become 19. Yeah. That is very true. I don't think she'll actually drop it, and it's fine. It's fine if she wants to.
Is it fine?
It's not fine. I really need it.
It's not fine.
It's not okay. Oh, fucking Gaga's working on her
Every time you
makeup.
talk, I have to re-record it.
I'm just in a.
You lied. Rihanna, this is Alexis Nyers calling. You said it would come out in 2019, and it didn't. Sorry, it was so stupid.
Savage Fenty lingerie. You said I was wearing Savage.
A new highlighter palette, $29. So stupid.
So stupid. This is what we've been
You know,
reduced to.
the
because
intersectionality of that's
the
not-
reference.
wait,
Yeah.
isn't that like a
No, that's fine.
That's a serious
We've
word.
intersectioned, but the intersection of Alexis Nyers and
Rihanna.
is just what we needed to end off this year. I don't think she's coming, but
great?
we need her. And yeah, because Gaga's just not bathing and apparently recording an album. She's not
Oh yeah,
she's still makeup
pregnant with.
pregnant with LG6.
Was it her that spelled it wrong? No. That's from. Where is that from? Pragnate.
Yahoo Answers.
Oh yes.
Pragnate.
Yeah, she's still pregnant.
How our babby is formed.
Yeah, with babby known as LG6.
Yes,
sounds like a phone.
It really is.
Wait, I was just gonna say something else that I thought of. Oh, Yahoo Answers.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one. I'm just gonna, because this may be the only opportunity that I get to talk about it.
I'm sure it won't be.
There's the one Yahoo Answers that says, "How is babby formed?" Question mark.
That's the
question.
one.
How is babby formed? How girl get pregnant? This is my other favorite one. It says, Yahoo Answers. The question is, how can I lose weight without moving? I don't like to move and I'm allergic to the sun. Me. Anyway, that was totally unrelated.
Very related.
Yeah.
We've veered so far off track from Lana Del Rey to Yahoo Answers to losing weight by doing nothing.
Well, I lost weight, but it wasn't by doing nothing.
That's right. You did. You sure did. In fact, this was a milestone week, along with your announcement.
Yeah, it really was, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I hit my 40-pound mark. Mariah went number 1. Trump got impeached. I am leaving my job. It's almost Christmas. It's the end of a decade.
It's a lot of things at once.
Yeah.
It's a lot just happened.
Mm-hmm, sure did.
Skinny and ready for 2020. I mean, just look at the comments. They don't lie.
It's so, everyone's just like, even on my Instagram post that I just did, where I was like, oh, it's my last day, and it was like this emotional post, people just wrote skinny in the comments. And I kind of loved it.
I mean, that's my well, I think somebody tweeted it at you, the video of the K-pop group Luna.
Oh,
they're like reading
oh my
English.
OMG skinny
reading English comments like skinny.
Yeah.
That's your readers. That's people who follow you. One thing we haven't mentioned, the other queens of daytime TV, The View.
Oh.
Did you see their festive holiday moment?
Mm-hmm. Everyone's getting a lasagna. Okay. Wait, backing up even further.
Okay.
With The View. The View this season
is on fire.
Is on fire. It's so good. I have always loved The View, but like this season is just it.
You know, everyone's yelling at Megan and stuff, obviously, but that's the entertainment. Like, that's why everyone's tuning in. Like, everyone is like...
Yes, but like she does need to stop interrupting people.
Oh, of course,
like,
of course.
Oh
I'm
my
not like
God.
saying it's good or anything. I'm just saying like clearly you can feel the forces against each other fighting, and
right.
like it's like
we need to listen to everyone talk for a second.
Yes.
Can you stop? My favorite. I'm just not going to talk the rest of this podcast. Yeah, I'm not going to talk. I'm just not going to talk anymore. Like, we really want a gay's point of view on this podcast, so I'm just not going to talk anymore, Brad. I'm just going to sit here. And I'm not going to talk for the entire time.
Well, you know what? Okay, we got a story. The FBI agent. You know what? Let's cut to the commercial.
I was just letting you talk, and I will not be interrupted.
Well,
again.
I don't think that was actually you stopping talking. I think you're still talking.
See,
here, and
I'm just going to sit here and not talk.
Joy.
Oh, you literally. I feel like they should do a skit, and this is another free idea, which is probably, I shouldn't share it, but like I don't have the production and the time right now in the next week to do this. But I feel like they should do a skit on SNL where they bring back the Megan character and she just sits there and no one says a peep the entire time. And she just sits there and she's like, you know, that was really disrespectful. I was trying to talk and you just interrupted me. But everyone just sits there like with crickets. I just let you talk. And if you could let me talk, but it's just, you hear.
Nobody's talking.
Remember that video of Wendy, where they dubbed it down and it was like you could hear the people coughing in the audience. And it
I
was
never
like,
get sick of those.
something like that. Someone needs to make that kind of an edit.
They do for The View.
I've got
You've got
17 days off. Should I do it?
You really should.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you could
It's-
even do an
it's such a good
ASMR
parody.
Yeah,
Yeah. But anyway, the
on fire this season.
the girl, can you stop talking?
Mm-hmm.
Was like, ooh, she's got a point.
She's got a point.
And then the festive lasagna singing, and when they kept
Joy to the
going,
world.
and they kept continuing, and Joy was like,
Joy was shook every time they hit a new note.
and then she's like, okay,
All
all
right.
right. That was the best part.
Too festive.
Yeah.
Too festive.
I fucking love Joy so much.
She's hilarious.
She doesn't give a fuck.
I think the panel is really strong as far as the forces opposing each other, minus the semi-conservative. Who's she?
Oh, Abby.
Abby. I'm just like, all right.
Okay, see, I was at first was like, okay, she's got to go because there's nothing here.
Yeah.
But now there's a comedy to it because you can tell that she comes in with like her talking points.
Yeah.
And she sits there and she's like,
She
she
does.
always does, and you guys won't be able to see it, but she's always like, you know, I just really don't like the division.
Yeah. Oh.
Do you
Oh my
see-
god. That's spot
And,
on.
You know, I just really wish we could get to a better place.
Yep.
And then oh my god, it kills me. And I'm just
Yeah, I guess she's
she
like-
does it every single time.
Yeah.
She has like that centrist
She's
talking
centrist,
point.
and she has one bullet that she prepared last night over dinner.
Yeah.
She's like, well, 63%
Yeah.
of Americans, and I think that's just terrible. And I just wish, we could just talk about it.
Yeah. You know, and I really don't like Trump, but I think this is happening on both sides. Oh, I wish you guys could see it. I feel like I do it so good. I feel like I do it well.
She's a very hashtag all lives matter. She's
She's literally, yes. And her
Agreed.
fucking Santa hat like ponytail the other day, it was killing me.
oh, right.
Do you follow? There's an account, not
Yes,
sponsored.
the
Deja View, the pod.
Yeah.
Fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
Amazing.
Constant content.
Such good content.
But I mean, like, that's because of The View. That's because the
Yeah.
season is on fire. And, like, as I was saying, like, it's not like I'm, like, approving of her behavior, but, like, Megan is the catalyst to so much of this electricity, I think.
oh, yeah.
It's entertainment. Whoopi just is over it in so many different ways.
One day I want them to do where they put Megan's book covers on the screen.
Oh, no.
It's just,
Wait, what
Google
about
it.
them? Oh, I don't think I've seen.
oh, one
Oh.
second.
She was like a Tila Tequila kind of like hanging with Heidi Montag
Oh.
and stuff. She was like that girl.
Oh, I remember.
it's
Trust
so
me,
funny.
I remember.
It's like, can we just?
Okay, here it is. She's it's called Dirty Sexy Politics.
Oh, I remember
so she's
that.
sitting on the head of an elephant, and the
Yes.
elephant's what's that
Trunk.
called? A trunk is like suggestively wrapped around her and positioned, and
Yeah.
it's Dirty Sexy Politics by Meghan McCain. I have to laugh. Should we come out with books?
I'm definitely going to.
All right, what's yours called? What's it about? What's the synopsis?
I don't know yet. One time I was actually, this is exclusive TA. One time I was approached to possibly write a book from the lens of Legentina. When I was doing all the Legentina fanfic, I was actually approached. They pitched the idea of it. And I just thought it wouldn't, like, I didn't even really entertain it because I don't think it would work
It's very
in a
niche.
book. Also, like, yes, that and like,
It could work as a skit.
it's a skit. It's
a
not a
skit.
book.
Yeah. It has to
I
be
was-
acted out.
I was definitely flattered that anybody was even that, gave it that kind of thought. But
Wow.
yeah, if you didn't know, I run a music blog, and I would say between 2010 to 13 actively wrote about Christina in a hyper-inflated way called Legentina, and really went off the deep end with fanfic and fake press releases. And
It's too real.
it became too real, and also there was a part of it that was too mean. Then I really started feeling like it was kind of rooting against her. Her fans certainly didn't like me, even though I do stan, and I stand her even more like after I got into that whole like world
Well,
of like,
You have to know all the references.
Yeah.
We are fans.
it's true. I kind of backed away from that, and yeah. So anyway, that's one of my book offers. And then
Wow.
I don't know what I mean, it would be less surprising if I do a book because it's like I
You're a writer.
write, so the concept of a book is basically, writing.
Use your words, writer girl.
I mean, I think you'll have a really fun book in you as far as like your TV experiences and things.
Yeah, maybe.
TV/internet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like when I do write, it's pretty good.
Well,
I don't know.
the joke's on us because we're going to be joking about Every Gay has a book and we're going to be peddling our books in 2021.
I don't know. Well, I'll be flexing more of my writing chops very soon. So
Yeah.
a little bit.
Teaser. Mm.
Yeah.
When you become Trisha Paytas' assistant.
I'm songwriting her next album. Yeah. Wow.
Freaky Reloaded. Still freaky.
Know what I was just thinking that like I want to do as a job, even though this is not my next job. I want to be a graphic designer for Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, I think that's inevitable
Yeah.
at some point in your life.
When people are like, "Oh my God, what's your dream job? Is this your dream job?" And I'm like, "Oh, I kind of want to be a graphic designer for Dunkin' Donuts." But like actually though,
It would be so cute. We'd make like a little bite out of a donut and like a graphic form. I think you could do like.
yeah.
I also have visions of donut graphics, I guess. And like coffee is little coffee, cute coffee.
Yeah. One day.
One day. We'll get there.
That's not next.
Yeah, that isn't the immediate next job.
No. Well, before we sign off for the holiday season, we want to give you some recommendations. So, that's what we do here. This is a place for legends, okay?
Legendary recommendations.
And we add this to our Spotify and Apple Music playlist called the Legends Only Weekly. A little spin-off of the pod. And we just dump all the music that we talk about into this playlist so that you can then take it and put it on yours. So we want to give you some holiday seasonal jams. But today's homework assignment was to pick something a little more unconventional, a little more, what's the word? Not so All I Want for Christmas Is You,
Sure.
Shoved in your face on buses, Alexa, play holiday music. Something different. So we're surprising each other
Okay.
with a song and an album.
I'm ready.
Me too.
All right. Well, let's hear yours.
Okay, so let's start with song.
Okay, we'll do songs.
So one of my favorite Christmas songs is an underrated gem by Colby Calais.
Wow.
Is that how you say her name?
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay. Called Mistletoe. Have you heard it?
I don't think I've heard it.
Wow, fake fan. It's so cute.
Kick me out of the Colbay army.
Yeah. Colberts.
The Colbeanie babies.
Colbeck. What was I saying? What song? Oh,
Mistletoe.
It's so cute. It's probably one of my favorite Christmas songs of all time, which is a bold statement.
It is. Wow.
But it's just very sweet and it's very cute and warm and, makes me feel things.
Wow, that's really sweet. Also, I should say. So anyway.
That was very Britney. That's sweet.
That's great. Well, since I've been mostly just depressed this year, I have stumbled upon a new song this year called Lonely Christmas, and that really just rings a bell for me. This is a song by a group called Now Now, and I just discovered them, even though they've been around for a while. And it's like, if you're like Haim meets Carly Rae Jepsen meets Muna, you'll definitely really like this song. It's very like synth 80s, like Last Christmas vibes. Just about being sad and sitting in your car and being depressed.
When did it come out?
This year. And it only,
so
I wrote about
modern
it.
jam.
I wrote about it on Mew Muse a few weeks ago. So you can check that out. You and the 12 Gays. Yeah, I really like it. It's just, it's not so festive. But it's also festive.
But
because
it's relatable to a lot of people.
It's super relatable. Yeah, they said that they wrote it from the mindset of just like the holidays feel very crushingly like
Depressing.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So, Lonely Christmas, so you don't feel so alone like an alien.
Christmas remix of Alien.
Christmas remix of Alien coming soon.
Wow. And then, so my album is a throwback to the days of pop punk.
Ooh.
This came out in 2007, one of the most iconic years in music. It is an album by Reliant K. I think that's how you say it.
Yes.
Called Let It Snow Baby, Let It Reindeer. and it is like a pop punk Christmas album, and it is so good. It's like very Joe Bros, what they should have did, which they did this year.
Yeah.
With their new single, which is very good as well. So throw that in with my recommendations.
Wow, I've been listening to a lot of Paramore today, so that really...
Oh, then you'll love
Yeah,
this. Sleigh Ride is such a good twist on, because that's like a classic, but it's a pop punk boy band.
It's just kind of
moment.
Rock and roll artsy fartsy vibes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely into that.
Do you remember the Click 5?
Yes.
Oh,
Kings.
wow.
Kings of Pop.
It's very Click 5. Deep dive coming soon.
Deep dive. 20 years of Click 5 coming soon.
We should do a deep dive of the boy bands that couldn't.
Yeah.
That was disrespectful.
The boys. Yeah. How would we name those boys?
The Almost Jonas Brothers.
Sure.
We Stand.
We
like
Stand.
Anne Berlin. The Click 5.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh.
Anne Berlin.
So if you like Anne Berlin, the Click 5, the Jonas Brothers, you'll be into this album. That's my point.
It's a great recommendation. Wow. Mine's more obvious because of my taste. So I feel like every episode I end up making a Cheryl or Girls Aloud reference. In 2006, Girls Aloud, my favorite girl group, released a album called Chemistry, but there was a limited edition of it, a bonus track, which the fans called Chemistry. Instead of Chemistry, they called it Christmas Tree, because it was all bonus. It was Christmas songs, originals, and classic covers. And it's very festive and fun and sassy. The originals are kind of sassy. All the co-writers changed their names like on the credits to like the credit names say like tree and like snow, and so, like they changed their names for the credits of it. It's just a fun fact. And so that's, Cheryl, Nadine, Kimberly, Sarah, and Sarah. Which ones did I just say?
I don't know any of them.
Hold on. Sarah, Kimberly, Nadine, Cheryl, Nicola. I can't believe All right, anyway.
Oh, like Cheryl Cole, like 3 words.
Cheryl.
Got it. So did she change 3 words to 3 wise men?
3 wise men, basically.
3 wise men to save my life.
How do you think
It's
you
such
feel
a fucking bop. Oh my God.
Sleigh?
Didn't 3 words come out in 2007?
9.
Okay, whatever. Same era.
Same thing.
Iconic.
Same era. 3. It was like the era of 3 in my head.
The year that pop music died.
Yep, that's true.
That's a different story for a different day.
But this was still when pop was thriving, so you can get into that. That should be available on streaming. Chemistry album bonus tracks. And then you can get into Chemistry while you're there. 20 Years of Girls Aloud coming soon by me.
I'll just produce it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's both of our albums and songs. Mm-hmm. Wow. They've got
just getting
plenty.
Oh, and listen to Kia Tell Me.
Kaya.
Whatever. Kaya Tell Me.
Kaya Tell Me.
Did you see the TikTok where someone was playing Santa Tell Me?
Yes.
And then they were like, oh, wait. And then I was like, oh.
Yeah.
My impact.
Literally your impact.
Yeah. So Kaya Tell Me is on SoundCloud for free. I want to get it to 1 million streams. Mm-hmm. So go stream it now.
Yeah.
Prank your parents. Prank your church. Just blast it and film it and post it on TikTok.
Great idea if you're just getting into TikTok. It's a great idea.
Mm-hmm. Prank your grandparents. And yeah.
Report back to us.
And that seems like all for this week. So get ready to jingle your bells.
Get ready to jingle your bells, kids. Listen to our songs that we recommended and have a wonderful festive. I almost said summertime. It might be summer where you are.
Some places it is.
Some places it is. Have a sunny Christmas, everyone.
Any Christmas plans?
Yeah, I'm just going home to Connecticut with my family. Same old there. And you're going to New Jersey.
I am going to New Jersey for my second trip of the year.
Uh-huh.
My second and final trip to New Jersey for the year.
Yep, because there's like 10 days of the year.
One too many.
Christmassy family time.
Mm-hmm. Play Minecraft.
A report just came out today that Brittany's going to spend time with the kids during her Christmas.
Oh, and she was just with Jamie Lynn and the kids for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was really cute.
Yeah.
That Jamie Lynn posted a picture and she's like, somebody was hanging out with Aunt Brittany because she was like sassy walking with a purse.
Cute.
So cute. Oh, but yeah, I guess everyone's just getting in their family moments. And when I think of her tree, I think of the Elvis performance. Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Iconic.
Very. Yeah, so I guess the next time we talk to you will be after Christmas.
Right before the new year.
Right before the new year. We'll get in our New Year's resolutions.
I've got mine ready to go.
Me too. Yeah, so I hope that everyone gets everything they asked for from Hanukkah Harry / Santa Claus and that it's festive, that Mariah is somehow involved in your celebration, and
we will hopefully have a Christmas gift for our Patreon supporters too. We are going to try and get that bonus episode out next week before we depart on, well, I depart on a new journey and a new year. So thank you to everyone on Patreon for your support. We very much appreciate it. And we are going to, it's been an emotional week for me.
It's been fine for me. Pretty normal.
I was trying to drop another hint there.
Oh.
But it actually has been emotion.
It has been emotional.
Got me feeling. That was the wrong hint, but similar song title. So we're gonna hopefully get that up for you guys soon. And patreon.com/legends only if you would like to support us in the new year.
Yeah. So I guess have a happy, safe, wonderful, merry, festive Christmas. And we will see you soon.
Wow, it's the end of the year.
Oh, we didn't do Legends Only podcast about Legends Only.
Oh, our intro.
We didn't do the intro.
Oh.
We never do the intro until the outro.
Right. Oops. We should just literally have it be the end of the
we should, honestly.
And I just won't chunk it and put it in the beginning.
Perfect. By the way, this is Legends Only.
Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of
Legends Only.
Your weekly pop culture podcast where we talk about legends only.
They won't mind that.
Right? They're going to think it's another episode starting.
Well, I like it when the intro's at the end of the song. I think it's kind of cool.
They're going to be like, oh my God,
it's
a new
more
episode.
Personal. Yeah.
And then we're like, oh no, sorry, it's just the end of. Oh, oops, sorry. We're just so excited to talk about Mariah. We just forgot to introduce ourselves.
But we're here now.
I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. Okay. Anyway. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.